Hi, it's Jill. Welcome to week 2 of Tips and Techniques A to Z. The second week is B, and today B is for borders. We're going to be talking about borders, and borders are really anything you use to sort of accent the edges of your paper or to, demarcate a certain area. This is a border. This is something that was made, and let's see, put it against plain white, see if you can see it. It involved using a piece of solid color cardstock. Here's another solid color. It's got some pattern cardstock. There's a couple different ones. There's a piece of ribbon. There's a little card with stamp and distress inking around the side. These actually are brads. So there's some brads here, or you could use little embellishments. Obviously some stamping here, some stamping here. It really, borders can be made with anything you have got, anything you want to use. And I'm going to show you a few that I have done. If you remember last week, I told you I had done one album where I used all the same paper. Well, I'm working on another one like that. So these are all from a retired paper pack close to my heart called Sweet Safari. And I'm going to put these down so you can hopefully see the whole thing. There we go. And I've got borders here, and literally what it is scraps of paper or a zip strip. These are zip strips, and I think everything else is either pattern paper or solid color paper. I just dovetailed the ends, sort of piled them in. I did keep a couple of the pattern papers the same, and otherwise there's some different ones in here, but they're all from the paper pack and the colors that go with it. And then just a little, this I don't think is even close to my heart, but it was a little sticker that says frogs and snails and puppy dog tails. And those of you that know me know that there's only boys in my life. So these are going to be a lot of boy pages for little boys. So I got those two. That's a way to just use up pieces of paper that are left. And that's what's so perfect about borders, is that it does use up scraps. Here's one that could be used on the edge of a page if you wanted. This sort of is dividing a top and a bottom of a page. But again, it's little pieces of paper that were left, dovetailed, made like a pennant banner. I used a zip strip here, and then, another piece of paper that was left over. A while ago, I did do a little video on using zip strips and making them into just sort of a title type thing or a border type thing. And if you can see, again, this is all from Sweet Safari, so you're going to recognize some of the papers. This is a zip strip. I think the rest, this is a zip strip. I think the rest are just pieces of paper. I had a hexagon die cut. This is from the sticker page, and just added a couple of things and actually made it more into a title than a border, but it could be used on a border if you'd like. And this is probably the easiest way to have bordered for your pages. This is 2 pages. I guess it would help if I had them the right direction here. But what I did is I've got the pattern paper, the leaf print here, and this is 12 by 12. Then I took a piece of paper, a white daisy sheet, cut it to 10 by 10, stuck it in the middle, and I've got an automatic border on all 4 sides. So that's a real easy way to do something if you're looking for just a basic border. Today I'm going to show you real quick how to throw together a border from some different scraps and things that I have. And I'm going to be using one of the new paper packs for January and February, and it's called Sweet as Honey. Most of you know the paper packs come 3 different sheets, 2 each of 3 double-sided sheets of paper. I have been using this to make cards. In fact, just a minute, let me see. Here's the card I was making, and it's using some of the different papers here. Some of them are cut out. But anyway, it's called Sweet as Honey. The paper, this is one of them. It's got a lot of the different hides, and this is where I had cut things out of this paper. The other side also has hives, but it's like a old newspaper type thing. So that's that sheet of paper. The second design has this all over, I don't know, I'd almost call it like a damask or floral, something like that. And the other side is a really cool stripe. With my family of boys, stripes gets more use than florals do. And the last one I really like, it's got the bees buzzing all around on that side. The other side, I think, is more of a honeycomb type thing, geometric, and it could be used for a lot of different things. But those are the papers from Sweet as Honey. If you get the paper pack with the sticker sheet, this is what that looks like. Since I was making cards, I haven't used a lot of these yet. And if you guys remember, with Close to My Heart paper, there's a zip strip at the top, and it always tells you the colors that go with the paper. And so what I did is I pulled out the different colors of paper that go with this paper pack. And you've got black, mink, shortbread, which is one of the newer colors, and I really like this one. Oh my gosh, Sundance, and then White Daisy. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put down a piece of White Daisy and pull out my scraps so we can look at making a border. And what I did is I pulled out a bunch of different things. I did work on this a little bit before I started filming this, I promise, to see what I had left and what I wanted to use. And then I also pulled out some things that I thought I might want to use, little embellishments and things. This is cork shapes. It also goes with the Sweet and Honey packet, and there's a lot of different options. And what's really cool about these is you peel off the back and they're adhesive already. It's just wonderful. So here's my thoughts on just throwing together a border. And one thing that is kind of nice about borders is that if you've got a bunch of scraps, you can just sit down and you can make a bunch of borders, and you might not even have to use them right away. You can save them for another time. But you can do it with scraps laying around, and you don't have to be thinking quite so hard. So because I did not use a lot of this paper, I'm going to try to make use of this damask floral Sundance paper. And I thought, you know what? I really liked the bees. And these are strips that I had left from projects. So I thought, well, I can just sort of layer it like that. But I thought, I don't know. I decided I thought I might like it a little bit better. And I'm not going to glue this all together. We're just going to, you guys know how to glue. You don't have to watch me glue. I thought that might accent it a little bit better. So I kind of liked that. And the damask floral is, I think it's an 1.5 inches, maybe 1.25 inches. And the bumblebees I know is 1 inch, so this is 1.1 inches. If I wanted, these are zip strips from the paper pack. If I wanted to put something onto the side like that, I could. I only have one of those. I'm kind of a symmetrical person, but sometimes on a border, if you're going to put it right at the edge, you sometimes might want to put something just on one side, not necessarily on both sides. So I've got that. And then I was thinking, a lot of times ribbon is a great thing to put on, or how about some shimmer tape? And I really kind of liked the shimmer tape. So I thought I would probably put shimmer tape down on this, but you kind of want something sometimes to make it stand out. Let me see if I can get this to lay down at all for me. And that's when I started pulling out a bunch of little doodads and things that I might use. The cork shapes, you've got some big things like that, or these are the inside parts. And you can see on that card, I used like some of the smaller little hexagon cork things there. They also have this, which to me is really honeycomb looking, and you just punch these out. You can use them for something else, but I might use something like that. On the sticker sheet, there was this bumblebee that I thought was really kind of cute, and I thought, well, you know what? Maybe I could mount that on something. And I thought, okay, I used my stitch circles, cut that out and put it there. And I thought, let's sparkle it up a little bit since I am going to use some shimmer tape. And what I did is I took my gold shimmer brush and just flecked a little bit. And if you can see, there's little bits of gold there. I thought just sort of added a little bit more to the background there. So you've got, I might put that there. One of the things with making borders is you do want to have layers. You can have all kinds of different things. Here's some, buttons, different shaped buttons. Here's a different cork shape. There is this. You don't want it just like a straight line down. You want to sort of scatter things around, and you might even want to make the edges a little bit asymmetrical so that if I've got this here, okay, let's get this straightened out like that, and I take this, I'm probably not going to stick it right in the middle. I'm going to put it more at the top. Might even, put it a little bit more off the edge a little bit, just to give it a little bit of interest. If I were to, let's see, I have a full sheet of this paper left. So let's say I decide I'm going to use this on face paper like this. What I would do, this would already be all made and put together, but being the person that I am, I'm going to have to line this up here. This would all be one thing all glued together, and literally then all you have to do is stick it down on the side of your paper. And if I took my shimmer and put that down, this might kind of hold something in place while we're talking here. Obviously not quite perfectly, but there we go. And then I'm thinking sticking this up here, perhaps. Toss that on. I pulled out some of these old gold pearls. If you have anything you've got laying around in your stash is always a great thing to use. And might stick something like that there, or maybe add a little one up here too. Just, throw things around like that. And I do like these cork shapes, so I might put something like that there, or maybe down here to balance it. Maybe I'd use this, I don't know, something like that. So there is all kinds of options when you're doing borders. Basically, take your scraps and have fun. Hope that gives you a few ideas. And I will see you next week for letter C, and we'll see what I can come up with for the letter C. Thanks so much. Have a great week, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.